All right. Hey, everyone. Tom Morcus here, sitting down with Ciprian Soleriu, who is the founder of Many Readers. And today I wanted to talk to him about, we're going to talk about Many Readers, but specifically I want to talk about when does it make sense as an author to sell your book from your own platform directly to the consumer, to the reader. And I'm going to preface that by saying I've actually been doing that for many years, actually, since really I started. The majority of my sales actually come directly from tommorcus.com. And so I've kind of been doing this for a long time with my publishing company. We publish a lot of books on Amazon. I have books on Amazon too. And I'm not anti-Amazon per se, but I love the flexibility of selling from my own platform. I think it makes more sense for me financially when I break it down and think of the long term, because I want to know who those readers are. I want to have access to them. I want to be able to sell them upgrades, etc. But for the person who's just getting started, that could be a complex issue. It could be challenging to do that, especially if you're a writer. It's like, put it on Amazon, they take care of everything. I don't need to worry about it, kind of, right? That hypothetically is the scenario, but that's not always the case. There's a lot of downside to having books on Amazon as well. So I want to kind of have a conversation with you about this, Ciprian. So maybe you can just kind of kick things off here and tell us a little bit about Many Readers, like overview, what it is. And then I want to kind of get into some of these specifics topics.
So first of all, hey Tom and hey everybody, it's nice to be here. Thank you for inviting me. Many Readers is an automated system that does the following thing for any writer that has a book. First of all, it builds an audience, like a legion of fans for you, and then it allows you to sell your book to this audience and to keep all the money yourself, which is really important. Why are these three really important? Because I think that when you own the distribution of your product, you own your business. Otherwise, if you rely 100% on Amazon, there are some big financial and business risks involved. First of all, financially, Amazon gets a big cut of your book price, right? So you work for a book, and I just had a conversation yesterday with somebody that sells on Amazon, and she told me that if a book sells from $2.99 to $9.99, I hope by the time this airs, the numbers will be the same. The author gets 70%, right? And the Amazon takes 30%. If the book sells less than $2.99 or more than $9.99, the author gets 35%. I mean, really? I mean, really? Are you writing a book to get 35%? Oh, this doesn't seem really fair, does it? Well, it is, because that's the deal Amazon offers, but shouldn't be a way to make more money and keep it to yourself? I think it is, and that's why we created Many Readers. And also there's another thing. When you put the book on Amazon, which you should do, for sure you should do, because it's going to help us sell it more in Many Readers, with the reviews and everything, if it starts selling. But so when you put your book on Amazon, basically Amazon controls the experience of your potential readers. Yeah, they want to sell your book, but at the same time they want to sell more books and all the types of books that they have. And on the page, if you go, you will see that there are so many links to other books, images, and there's a lot of competition going on. That your potential reader needs to filter and to decide to purchase your book. Like I can open an Amazon page just to show you, and I think that makes sense, right? So let's share my screen and let me go to any Amazon.com. Let's open a book. Let's see. Are you on Amazon, Tom?
I'm not. I don't have that window open, but
okay. Let's see. Look, so this is a book for one of my clients, like Alinka. So this is the book. This is what people see. At the same time, they see this. Customers who bought this book also bought. Okay. So basically, all these books, all these colorful images of books are competing with the book that I want to sell, right? And then they have a lot of call to actions. They have a huge menu. They have a huge offer here. They have this. They have that. They have sponsored products. Man, I mean, you really need to want the book and in order to purchase it, right? So there's a lot of competition going on. You're not controlling anything. And also, you don't know who those visitors are. Even after they purchase, does Amazon give you their name and email? It doesn't. So you're basically, let's say you're an author that wants to write more books, or you already have more books. You sell a book on Amazon out of pure luck, or maybe people review it because it's a great book, but everything is passive. So it either sells or not. You have no idea. Well, if you controlled the funnel, if you control the distribution, if you had a funnel that sold the book for you and built this audience for you, you would know who purchased your book. You would know who is following you. You would have the opportunity to say, hey guys, I'm writing a new book. Would you like to have it on pre-order? Okay, click here to get it, bum, bum, bum. Or once they purchase the book, you have the opportunity to say, hey guys, can you give me a review on the book that I can put on my website, or maybe or just go on Amazon and put it? Doesn't matter. Once you have them, you can send them to Amazon to put the review. That's not a problem. But the idea is to build this community, to build this legion of followers that you can give value to, you can communicate with, you can get feedback from, and this will give you more chances to make more money with your books, to have more success with your books, to have them bestseller immediately or quickly, because you've built on past readers. You have more readers with the next book, more reader with the next book, and so on and so on and so forth. So you stack upon that.
Excuse me. I was just going to say, there's a few things that I want to point out when it comes to Amazon. Excuse me. So the first, so just kind of summarizing the main points here. So pros and cons. So we know that the pro of Amazon is, okay, potential exposure to millions of people, millions.
Correct.
That's like the major pro there. There's very few authors, I think, that can take advantage of that, though, at least right out the gate. Like a lot of those who are successful, perennial bestsellers, I'm not going to say most aren't traditionally published necessarily at all. There's a lot of self-published authors that do really well, but they kind of have to reach a critical mass.
Exactly.
But the thing is, even if they reach a critical mass, they're making a decent amount of money per month on Amazon. It's like you don't have access to those customers. Amazon gets them. And so the second thing I want to point out, it was this, when you mentioned all these, their offers. Amazon is a platform. So Amazon actually doesn't care about you selling anything. They just want people who are on the platform to buy something. Look at this. That's what they're getting at here. So they don't care about your book. They care that's one of these books. I buy one of these books when I'm on this page. So it's not, they're not there for you. They need you. And what they care about is just volume of transactions. They want more transactions. They don't care about your single transaction at all. Like really, if you really zoom in on it. So they organize the entire website. Everything about it is organized to get a high volume of transactions, not necessarily to specifically sell any kind of product or service, or a product rather. So like, you're just like, that's a big challenge for others. You go in here and then all of a sudden it's like, if I'm looking at your book, I'm not quite sure about it. And then I see these customers who bought this item also bought these other ones. And I'm like, well, maybe this looks more compelling, or this has a better cover, or this has a little bestseller ribbon next to it. And it looks like it talks about the same thing. So maybe I should go check out that one first. So unless you actually have the relationship with the reader, that's not a good position to be in as the author, I think. So what are your thoughts on that, Ciprian?
I agree 100% with what you're saying. If you look at any of the books that I have open here, look at this. So they have sponsored product related to this item, page 1 of 40, right? They're guiding you to this rabbit hole where you're gonna click and click and click and click and click, and you will eventually. So the client will eventually forget what book they were looking at in the first place, right? So it's like, was I at some book? I mean, I don't know, right?
The other thing too, I'm going to say here too, this is the trend that I'm seeing now, and I think people are talking about it in the author space a little bit, is the movement of Amazon into more of an advertising platform like Google or Facebook. So while there, I think there are still customers who bought this item also bought. So I don't know if this is the new updated one or not, or if they had a recommended. The point is now they're actually starting to. Yeah, so now they're starting to, sponsor. So yeah, that's the thing. Now they're starting to really only place sponsored posts everywhere. That's only going to get more and more extreme, because it's like a very small percentage of what they show on Amazon as of right now, or a small percentage of their revenue that they make as a company is from advertising. It's actually not very much, but they're expanding that. So you're going to see over the next few years, I think, the movement towards pay to play. And so on their platform,
more and more.
Yes, exactly. So it's like, okay, maybe you're doing well maybe you're making $1,000 a month. I'd say an author is doing well if they're making $1,000 a month on Amazon. Like that's actually pretty legit. Like it's a tough thing to get there. Most authors never get there. So you're making $1,000 a month, but now what happens the next year or two when you just don't have those customers, or you don't have their information, you don't know who they are, you can't reach out to them directly. Amazon has all that. And then as Amazon moves more and more of their platform to those who are paying will get the exposure, your sales you're gonna hurt unless you jump on their platform and start advertising. So that could be a good strategy. I think Amazon AMS is probably worthwhile. You probably should still consider it, but just know that that's the direction it's heading. Kind of like Facebook did. It's like you're not going to get any organic reach when you publish on Facebook. You have to pay for it.
Exactly.
And so anytime I see that, it bothers me. And I know there are lots of people who take advantage of it and can make lots of money from it. I think being an early mover is helpful in those circumstances, but there's just diminishing returns on it. And I think at the end of the day, the person who's like, it's a very fragile position to be in, to rely on a platform that forces you to pay to play, so to speak, that forces you to pay to get exposure. Whereas if you're collecting these email addresses, you know who these customers are. You can reach out to them directly with a newsletter, with an email list, and anything like that. Now all of a sudden you don't have to play that game if you don't want to. So I don't play that game. I don't have to. I focus on, the readers, my readers, people who have read my book, who've communicated with me. They're on my email list, vice versa. I have their information when they purchase a book through me. So I think, honestly, and I'm saying me, but I look at the other authors I've worked with, the authors I publish, people I consult with and work with across the board. The ones who have that ability to speak directly to their customers are the ones that are usually making a lot more money. They just are. And they're less fragile. So the chance of a change in the platform is not going to kill that revenue stream, which if you rely on it, that's actually could be really nerve-wracking. So even if you're like, well, I'm pretty happy how it's going with Amazon. No, it's going to change. It is going to change. You're going to see it. Mark my words, quote me on it. Just give it a year or two. Like this progression to pay to play, it's going to hurt a lot of people who are making sales organically on the platform. The only thing you can do right now, I think, is start to build a foundation where you actually have your own platform that you control and you have direct interaction with your customers.
Exactly, I agree, and that's why when we thought about what would be the best way to build many readers, we figured that the best way, I think, to have to touch your audience and to communicate with them and to make this as easy as possible is right now through Messenger bot. And I'm going to show you why. Actually,
yep.
Let me open some links, some broadcasts. Just give me a second, because I want to show there's a huge difference on the open rate and click rate of emails versus Facebook Messenger messages, right? So let me just show you something. Let's see. Okay, I want to show you this. Okay, now I can share my screen because it's ready. So look at this list of emails that I sent out myself, and look at the open rates. So the open rates are the first percentage here, right? So if you look at the open rates, you have 15.4, 17.5, and 0.4 click rates. You see 1.3, 19.5, and 1.3, and so on and so forth. So of course it depends on the email that you send. Some which are really niche, so I send this to clients or something like that, it had an open rate of 45%. But even clients that paid didn't open that email sometimes. Okay, that's terrible. Now let me show you something for a broadcast. Hold on, that was sent in Messenger. Look at this. It was for another client that we have. So this was a message that was sent on January 16. The open rate, has your jaw dropped already?
Wow.
99.29%. The click-through rate, 22%. This is not an author, this is e-commerce. So these people get even lower click-through rate because they try to sell a lot, right? But
Yep.
still, 21%, 97%. And I can go to any of the bot the bots that I have here. I'm just going to choose another one. Let's see one that makes a little bit of sense. Okay, this one. Okay, this is another Let me clear this drawing somehow. Clear all my drawings. So let me go into broadcasting and see the last broadcast that I have here. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Can you see these numbers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 87.07%. Siri is listening also.
Good.
93.15, 98.8. This is similar to the open rate of emails. 98%. There's no email in the email in the world that you can send that gets opened up by 98% of people. It's impossible. Click-through rate 31%. Are you kidding me? 63%. Right? And depending on the email, okay, this was smaller, but this was a last chance broadcast.
Yeah.
But still, it got opened. You know, people saw what I wanted to tell them, which is really, really, really important. Because otherwise, it's. I mean, you're sending emails and you get 20% open rate. Doesn't that suck? I mean, don't you feel bad that you wrote the best email and you get 20% if you're lucky, or I don't know, maybe 25%, and you get a 1% click rate? Like, are you kidding me? Now, there's another reason why we chose to build everything inside the Messenger bot, and that reason is inside the Messenger bot there's no spam filter. So all the emails go out to all the people that are active subscribers. Oh, sorry, all the messages. I said emails. All the messages reach all the people that are active subscribers until they unsubscribe or they mute messages or something like that. But until they haven't unsubscribed, they get the broadcast that you're sending. With email, they're not. Maybe they're active and out of a sudden Gmail, Google, or somebody else decides, oh, this looks like a spam, and sends him into the spam filter, and then you're done. What do you do? Nothing. You just.
Well, I know that was a big issue with people when Google changed. That was a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 maybe. Their new inbox. Maybe it was less than, I don't know.
Exactly.
But that hurt a lot of people and their open rates and subsequent click-through rates. Okay, so you sold me on the fact that you get amazing open rates and great click-through rates on this. What I'm curious about, just real quick, if somebody's using this, can they turn those into email subscribers, or is it exclusively okay? Yes. Is it automatic, or is that something you'd have to get once somebody's gone through that messenger, then you like invite them?
This is something that needs to be set up. We can set it up for them. So if you want to have a backup, so you want to have him or her, your reader, into the Messenger bot, where you get a huge engagement, you get unbelievable open rates, you get incredible click-through rates, but still you want to have their email just because maybe you want to send them something on email, like a longer message, which doesn't make sense in Messenger, because when you're messaging people, you're not sending them 1 mile long emails, texts. You send them short messages. You can do it, and we can do it for you, and we can integrate it with your autoresponder if you have one, or we can suggest an autoresponder for you that is cheap and does the best, does really good what it needs to do. So there's a setup. People need to accept the email, and usually what you get is the email that they have in Facebook. And this is really powerful again, because using the email that they have set up in Facebook, you can create audiences that you like it. You can create audiences that you can use either directly to share your next book or to share something, or indirectly based on your audience. You have the emails. You can create a lookalike audience, so an audience that is really similar to these ones, and that audience basically has your new legion of readers. That they don't know you yet.
Okay, that's useful to know, because the one thing I wanted to make sure was, like, I'm not suggesting people, I wasn't suggesting people get off Amazon, but that they do start kind of building their own platform, that they control it, that they own it. My initial fear was like, well, wait a second, is the same thing going to happen to Facebook Messenger chat? Well, if you have the ability to capture their email address, then I'm fine with that. And
yes,
I mean,
you can. As
long as you have that, I think I feel good about that. Okay, so with you're on the sales page right now. So scroll up a little bit. I like how you guys do this. So let's go to step 1 here. So you start up with an accelerator call.
Yes.
So maybe just walk us through the how this actually works. kind of relatively briefly, because I want to ask you a couple questions about what I need to know as the author to what I need to have set up to take advantage of this. But maybe you can just walk us through how this works.
Okay, so first thing first, if you visit manyreaders.com, you will see a short video that explains how how all the process works on, I don't know, a helicopter view of the process, how it works in 30 seconds. Now, and then the idea is, if you like it and you feel that it would be a good fit for you to have more money in the bank, to sell your books directly and to keep the money. So if you like this idea, you should, I think, schedule a free author accelerator call with me or somebody from my team. So we meet on a call. I ask you questions about your book. I want to know how many books you wrote. I want to know the price that you want to sell them at. And these things are really important, because at the end, I'm going to show you a calculator, how much money, how much real net profit you can potentially do with your book or books based on the numbers that you tell me and based on some estimated scenario. This is really important.
Real quick, does this work for somebody who's just kind of starting more from scratch, who doesn't have much of an audience? Is it still worthwhile?
Definitely. Yes,
okay.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
So then once we know everything and we know the book that you want to promote first, we will create the book funnel. So the book sales page, which will be a custom designed book sales page, and then the messenger bot. So what happens? When we have people coming to the book sales page that offers something, some incentive for them to sign up, they will first sign up inside Messenger. So there's going to be a button that says send to Messenger. So
let me interject real quick. Sorry, pause right there. Real quick on the sales page. If I already have a sales page for a book, can I just use that if it's on my own website, or do we have to go through a specific sales page? With
it depends. I'm going to have. Okay. I should see it, and unless you already have it with Messenger implemented, there will be some changes that need to be made on it.
Okay. Just good to know. Okay, because I have a bunch of my sales pages already built, so I'd be curious, like, okay, would I need to, recreate them or something like that? Or
no, if you have them and you're happy with them, we can just modify them to fit the funnel, and that's actually easier and faster to
okay.
do. Cool. And then once people are subscribed to the bot, we send them a number of messages that make sense. So we give them what we promised, which is maybe a free chapter of the book, maybe a summary of the book, something that makes sense for your audience. And the idea is that with this thing, we make them want more. So okay, here's the free chapter, and then a few messages that make sense in the context, and then, hey, would you like to purchase it, the entire book? So like you see here, I'm so glad you like the book. This is an example. Would you like to purchase it all? It just shows. Would you like to read the entire book? Yes, of course. Okay. Once they say yes, of course, then they can purchase the book. Here's a book at $10. They just need to enter their card information and pay. Everything happens there in Messenger. They don't have to get to another page, which is really powerful, because if they go to another page, the more people move through pages, the more they're gonna, drop from the funnel, because maybe some pages load slower than others, maybe their internet connection is not that good, blah, blah, blah. So you're gonna lose them. That's why you want to keep them in the same place. And this is what the system that we have put together does. So once they purchase, then the book is automatically delivered. You're going to see exactly what happens. So for example, if you have multiple options like PDF, Mobi, or EPUB, they just get it. They just choose the one that they want, they get it, boom, they have it. They can save it, they can send it to the reader, and that's it. So it's really straightforward, it's really easy. And the beauty is that you're going to have people that just downloaded the free content, which is fine. And then you're going to have people that purchased. Now for the people that purchased, you can segment them and you can send them something, maybe, hey, I hope you liked my previous book. How about, would you like to see my next book I'm writing? Here's a preview of it, or you can buy it on a pre-sale for a special price. Basically, you can take the strategies that Amazon uses,
right,
and use it yourself and keep the money. That's the idea, right?
Okay, I have a few questions come up as I think through this and how it works. So here's a question. When they're in the sequence, so if you go up to step like 2 or 3 or something like this,
yep.
Right there. we offer your book for sale. So you have like the sequence that kind of goes out. So let's say we go with a free chapter. Hey, did you read it? Yes.
Exactly.
Okay. So all that is automated.
Yes.
Could I
Definitely.
hypothetically jump in and communicate directly with a reader in the messenger bot?
Oh yeah, of
Like,
course. Yes, of course.
interesting. So like if somebody was like, I liked it, and then you put the offer in front of it, and then they ask a question that I don't have like an automation for, I could jump in and say like, yes, that book, like the book covers that or something like that.
Yes, you can jump in and ask questions and answer questions,
Awesome.
and you can do
And
it from your mobile, or you can do it
awesome.
from the dashboard
Cool.
of a tool that we're going to show
Yeah.
you.
Well, we don't, and we can go into that if we want, but I'm just curious to just, okay. So, and that can be
You
done
can.
on a one-to-one basis and then also on a broadcast basis. So
Yes.
you have your automation that's going. If you need to
Yes.
jump in on a one-to-one conversation, you can, and you can also do mass broadcast to people, or it sounds like you could also segment, I'm guessing. If somebody's purchased, then you would be able to know that and put them into like a separate list or something like that. How advanced can it get with the segmentation? I don't want to scare people away with that, but I'm particularly curious about it.
Really advanced. So first, I want to say that you have a dashboard with audience, and you can have unlimited number of tags in here, right? And these tags basically segment people. Maybe you don't understand what these tags are because they're not in English, but
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
they're yours.
They're just tags,
Yeah,
exactly. You can create
exactly.
your own tags. Another thing that you can do, for example, let's say somebody clicks here on yes, of course, I would like to purchase the entire book, and ends up not purchasing it. We can create an automation, of course, an automation that follows up after an hour. Let's say, hey, I saw you wanted to purchase it and you didn't purchase. Is there any question that you need answered before you purchase it, and so on? So we can also take these abandoned carts, and I'm using an expression from e-commerce. We can take these abandoned carts and turn them into purchases. And this is basically what Amazon does. So we do everything that Amazon does. We take the same strategies, but we use it for you, your money. It shouldn't be Amazon's money. So it shouldn't be 70%. It should be 99.9% yours.
Yep.
And I'm not saying 100 because you still have to pay all these tools and all these people that are helping you. But man, it's not 70%.
Yeah. No,
And it's your money.
It's really, I can already see like the power in this, and I'm actually thinking about how I'd use this for things outside of books too. But we're focused on authors right now.
Correct.
So this is interesting. So, okay. So as an author, what are the things that I need to, like, okay, so to use this, do I need to have Facebook? Like, I think most people do have Facebook. Do I need to have Facebook? Like, what do I need to have to be able to use this to implement this?
You need to have a Facebook page or create a Facebook page. If you don't have it, that's fine.
Okay.
You don't have to have it now. We will create it for you, and you will be the admin, and you will have control of the Facebook page, of course, because it's yours. And you need to have a Stripe account.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So that's pretty simple. And both those you can get for free.
Yes,
So,
of course. Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Stripe
Okay,
is
great.
free unless you get payments. So when you get payments, there's a fee, which
Yeah.
is small, but
It's like 2.9%, I think, or something.
exactly,
like
2.9% plus 30 cents.
at the end of the day, like you're going to have to do that no matter what. I've been using Stripe for a long time.
Exactly.
I've used other people too, but like other companies and stuff like that. But when you're just getting started, Stripe integrates with everything. If you're going to start selling from your platform,
You need it.
Stripe. Right. Okay.
Yes.
So I get that. That's fine. Like that goes without saying, I think, but useful to bring up anyway. So that's good. So those are two things. If you're listening to this, you get set up for free. And I'm guessing actually, even if you don't have that stuff set up, get on a call with Ciprian.
Yeah.
You'll probably give them the guidance. Okay, we need this, this, and this from you, or something like that, right? To make it super easy.
Yes.
Okay. So then, so I look at this and I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. You deliver the book. Once you deliver the book, they get it. And let's say they're using their phone, for instance, because this is the phone view, but this could work on desktop as well. They download it, they go and access it on their laptop or their computer or whatever.
Yes.
Will they get an email about this, like about the transaction or anything like that? Like, is that integrated at all?
Yes. Yes. First, they get an email with the receipt of their payment. So we do everything legit. You do everything legit. They get a receipt from Stripe with the value of the payment and everything. And then they can get an email with the link to download the book on their email if you wanted to, for sure. It depends if you want to send it on email too, or if you want to send it just on their phone, because once they have it on their phone, they can basically save it or send them to their to their reader easily with one click. But if they're not really that technical, we can send it to them on the email. So this way you can have you will also have the email of this person.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so now if I have multiple books, that
Yes.
probably means multiple. I already have. So I have multiple books. I have multiple sales pages. So would this be would there be then a particular automation for each book for each sales page that you have?
Yes. So basically, if you look at this image, we should
Mhm.
not offer the book immediately once the person subscribes to your bot. I mean, you can, but it doesn't make sense. You should warm them up a little bit, right? Make them like you, make them trust you, and then offer them a sale. So every new book means a new funnel, but maybe not as long as the first one, because once they know you, they already purchased a book from you. Maybe they asked a few questions, you talk with them via messenger. Now it's much easier for you to offer them something really cool, and it's much easier for them to accept to pay. So there's another automation that needs to be made for another book, which
Sure.
is a copy of the original one, but with details that are changed. So it's
Yeah.
not a 100% clone, but it is.
Yeah.
It's based on what you have, and we can build another thing that moves all and tag them and segment them based on
Yep.
their actions and so on and so forth.
Okay, and that makes sense to me. So then, but I just wanted, so if I go through that, let's say I have 3 books. So they're all, we'll say we set it up very basically. Each one, I'm just going to give away a free chapter, go through kind of the same sequence, but it's tailored for each book, each sales page, specifically
Yep.
tailored for that. So here's a free chapter of, book 1. Here's a free, if they went to if they went to my other book sales page, here's, here's free chapter of book 2.
Exactly.
So here's my question. How, like, can you do, if somebody, so say I have 3 books and somebody lands on one of my sales pages for one of my books, they sign up, they get the free ebook or the free chapter, they end up purchasing that book. Can I promote my other books to them? What is it, again, can it all be nested within that same chat, or do I have to like send them to another page? How does that kind of work if I want to do like if I want to actually increase sales of all my books across the board, not just this one?
You can have a follow-up funnel from the first chat. So the moment they purchase the first book, you can ask, hey, I have 2 more books. Would you like to get those too? And if they say yes, or if they want to learn more about it, you can guide them. So the chatbot moves them to different stages and offers them for sale. You can also offer, for example, a bundle. So exactly like Amazon does. Hey, how about you purchase a bundle? Would you like to get just the book, or maybe a bundle of 3 books, of all my 3 books? And this is the price that you get. You can also compare the price of your book with the price that you sell on Amazon. So for example, let's say on Amazon, your book sells for $9.99. You can sell your book for $8, and you're still getting more than Amazon is giving you, and you're controlling the purchase, and you keep all the money, right? And you know who purchased it. You can segment it, and you can use this information to further build your business.
When I look at this, I think to myself, like, if I'm going to be selling, it's way easier for me to put a pitch out on a messenger than it is via email. Email, I'm always kind of like a little hesitant. I'm like, oh, I got all these subscribers. I don't want to just have, all offers all the time. But all of a sudden I feel like this is a great avenue where if I just want to pitch something, I could pitch this very easily.
Exactly.
And I don't even have to email. Is that how, have you seen that? Is that how it's being used?
Yes, you can do it like this in the form of a conversation. So you would have to think of it when with the email, it's always a pitch like, hey, here's the thing, get this, blah, blah, blah. With this, you can ask a question. Hey, how about I tell you something really cool? Would you agree? And the subscriber has to say yes.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my deal. So it's a conversation. I mean, they're giving you approval to tell them about what you want to tell them. And this makes it engagement. This increases the engagement level of everything that you do, because they say yes, and then you tell them about the offer, and then because they said yes before, it's much easier for them to say yes again and again and again.
I guess that's another thing you could hypothetically do too with this. Like if I send out a broadcast via email, I could also just like maybe figure out how I could recreate that message, like really short one,
For sure.
in the messenger, send that, and then they could click through to whether it's a blog post or the offer or whatever it might be, or basically the email or something like that, so that they get it there as well. So there's a lot of ways to use this to engage with your audience in some ways even better than email, which I do not abandon email and don't.
No, you should
Yeah,
not abandon
yeah.
email. You should have this as a
You should
backup.
have both. You should
You
have
should
both.
have both. A year ago, the platform, the messenger platform, didn't offer all these things that it offers now. And what
Yeah,
I
it's
want to
getting better
say,
and better.
it's getting better and better. And also another thing that I want to say, I think this is an opportunity that is huge right now. Maybe in 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years, the open rates will be smaller. I don't know, maybe the click rates will be smaller. For sure, they're going to be smaller. Maybe Facebook will introduce some restrictions, but I mean, right now, this is the best way to communicate with your audience. And when I say the best, I'm looking at criteria like open rate, engagement, click rate. It's much better than email right now.
Okay, so I have an email list already. If I want to get people on this, do I have to send them to, like, say, the sales page or the book page, and then they have to opt into that messenger bot? Like, what? How do I actually get
No,
people, say, from my own email list onto the messenger so I can communicate with them there as well?
if you already have them on an email, you can just send them a link, and once they click the link, they get sent directly into Facebook Messenger, and everything happens there. So if you
Awesome. So I can
already
actually
have the
send an email broadcast out to everybody.
yes, the link, they jump into Messenger and they go through the automation like people that come from the sales page do. It's the same thing.
Okay, I'm sold. Anything else that you have to add? Anything that we didn't cover that you think is worthwhile?
As an author, if you're watching this, my greatest joy would be just come to the page, look through it, think if this could apply to your business, and if you like it, schedule a call with me, and let's see if we can make this work for you and how much money you can make with this, based on your numbers and your specific situation.
When I jump into this, I'm actually going to be really curious about how it goes and experimenting. And who knows, maybe I'll do some follow-up content around this and share more about, like, the ways I'm using it. Because I want to use this for myself. I want to use it for my authors too. Because like, I
Awesome.
think if I can set this up for my authors, it's like an added benefit to just publishing through Insurgent Publishing too. And it's
For
like,
sure.
just another way. It's like, again, like, why not? Why not expose yourself to this?
Exactly.
Why not? Especially because you can automate it. I'm a big fan of that. I don't want to have another job that I have to do. It's like, that's the last thing I want. So I love the idea that I can automate this, send out broadcasts whenever I want, but I can basically automate it. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, this is great. Ciprian, where can people reach out to find you, connect with you, learn more about this?
Really easy. Manyreaders.com, which is the purpose of everything that we created here. Manyreaders.com. Come here, check the video, click this, schedule a call with me, and
that's a no commitment call, right? So somebody could be
sure.
Okay, there you go, guys. Like, that's it. So go check it out. I really encourage that. Manyreaders.com. That's MANY readers, READERS.com. Hope I got that right.
Yes.
Spell English.
You
So
did.
there we go. I gotta challenged by that dyslexia or something. But okay, awesome. Manyreaders.com. Check it out. Ciprian, thank you so much for your time, man. This was, like, super enlightening. I'm glad we had this call. Let's talk about how we get me on this platform here in just a minute.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Tom, for inviting me. Thank you for all the amazing questions that you asked. I mean, you made me think of things that maybe I love the way you ask questions. So thank you for that too. And thank you to all your listeners, to everybody that's watching this. I hope I see you at the Author Accelerator call. And I hope we can make a lot of money for you with this system that I have created.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's help authors take control of their future. Honestly, take control of the platform. I love it. So awesome stuff, Ciprian. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you very much.